Yo, check it out. Hey, since 1993, I've been smoking weed. Ask about me.
Yo guys, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. I'm actually going to do this video, which is an income report video, as you've probably already seen from the fucking title. But a lot of people have asked me about this because, especially on Instagram more specifically, and if you haven't already checked my Instagram out, you know, go check it out. It's at Ramshaw Ryan. I'm sure I'll put some sort of fucking cool display on the front of the camera. But essentially, I think these income reports are like really helpful in the sense that there's a lot of like bullshit in the entrepreneurial space, and I want to be like as honest as possible, and I am really fucking honest on Instagram, and I really talk about like my issues that I'm going through, you know, whether it be with like weed and drugs, or whether it be like some fucking young adult, you know, like shit like that happens, you know, and to fucking deny it is silly. But I think it maybe will make it a little bit more relatable for you guys, so that you can see that like I'm a normal person, and that if you're another normal person, you can also do what I'm doing, and you don't need to put so much pressure on it. So we'll go through it. We'll go through my financials first, because that's obviously what you guys are probably most interested in, and then I'll talk a little bit about like my personal life and some things that I'm working on. But yeah, let's jump in. Okay guys, so let's get into the financials and so on. So last month, which is June, because I'm still shooting this in July, because I'll try and do a backlog, because a lot of things change and you get the point. But essentially last month was my biggest month ever, which is fucking dope. I did £12,000, which is like $15,000, I think. Maybe I can show you guys on my phone. Yeah, here you go. Look at that. See that? But yeah, so £12,000. So where did that money come from? So the majority of it is obviously agency money. So the clients that I have, the recurring income and so on. I do make some money from my personal brand as well. Obviously, I have some affiliate money that I get paid. I get paid like $100 a month, from Acuity and ClickFunnels. And if you don't know what I mean by that, it's there's like software that like people use regularly, like ClickFunnels, and I recommend it to other people, and then I get like 40% of that. Maybe I'll make a video about it. If you want me to talk about that, I can talk about that if you guys like. But most of it comes from agency, and then obviously I have a lot of like 1K per month mentorship students. So I've had 50 plus students now at this point, which is fucking crazy, all one-to-one, and yeah, that's been a fucking journey. I completely revamped the mentorship program. I spent so much time like thinking of concepts and strategies and testing those strategies out and making sure that they work for you guys and making sure that they work for my students, and then testing it on Instagram and testing it on Facebook. I put a lot of extra time into my personal brand. It's weird, like I really honestly can say 100% that last month, as in June, I did absolutely fucking nothing. I didn't even I went to Amsterdam for most of the month. I was in Amsterdam, and if I'm honest, for the rest of the fucking month I was basically just getting baked every day, and even during the day, I was skipping meetings, and we'll get into some of this as to why I think maybe I have some issues that I'm dealing with currently. But yeah, that's where the majority of the money comes from. The agency, the personal brand, and some affiliate money. I also make some good money from JVs as well, and what I mean by JV is joint ventures. I do a lot of joint ventures, and it's something that a lot of people ask me about on Instagram as well, and also in our Facebook group. But basically, I never say no to money. And a lot of our clients will want like bots, for example, like a built for you bot. And I work with a guy called Vishal, who's like fucking absolute G. I'll put him in the description if you need him. And we have like a joint venture where look, if the client wants a bot for like 4K or 2K, I'll get half of it for recommending 50-50. Now that 50-50, you might struggle to get a 50-50 kind of joint venture on certain things, because most of the time, if they're doing the work, they'll want like 60-40. But I have a special relationship with Vish, so we do 50-50, which is good. But yeah, some joint ventures that way. What other joint ventures do I do? Yeah, Corey, what other joint ventures do I do?
Besides what?
Other than Vish, the bot. Oh, sometimes I make some money from I work with a white label agency, and sometimes I have students, or I'll have not clients, but I'll have students or people that are interested in what I'm doing, and they have agencies as well, and they might not have really good outsourcing, so I'll recommend them to this guy, and I make some commission off that, which is good. But just lots and lots of different income streams. I probably have like 4 or 5 income streams, which is cool. But the majority comes from the agency, and I'm sure in the future most of it will come from my personal brand, because I way prefer doing the personal brand stuff than I do with the agency stuff. The agency stuff, guys. And I'm going to say something that's a bit fucked up, and maybe you guys, maybe it's going to fucking, hurt the way you guys perceive me, but I don't like running my agency. I don't give a fuck about running my agency. It's not particularly interesting to me. I just originally wanted to make money, and I am making loads of money, which is great. And I want to look after my family and stuff like that. But, whatever. I definitely like, the agency work. At the end of the day, if I could fucking sit around and get begged all day, I would just fucking do that. And I've put the systems in place to the point where I'm literally doing like a couple hours a week max for my agency. And I just mean in terms of like sales calls. But, and in terms of like any administrational stuff, I do anything. But as you guys can tell, this is a bit of a candid video. I wanted to, instead of doing like lots of cuts, I just thought I'd fucking talk to you guys like as if you were right here. So, hey. But what else? That's kind of all of the financial stuff. If you're wondering about like how, maybe this is helpful, like if you're wondering about like roughly how much I'm making and so on, let me just show you like on PayPal. I mean, obviously I get paid through like sometimes like bank transfer and then sometimes like fucking Stripe as well. But the majority I do through PayPal, and obviously there's loads on Upwork as well. But look, there was like, that was like May. Is it this way? Yeah, that's May. And then that's April. And that was March. And that was February. And you can see like it kind of goes up and down. I'm not a fucking great business owner. I genuinely think that like I have like, I don't think, I'm not like super duper like balls deep into business, even though I'm really into like Upwork and I really love teaching. Like it's not like everything to me, like in the same way that for like a lot of entrepreneurs, like they're very bought into the idea of like, I'm a business owner. It's like, I don't really give a fuck. I don't really even want people to know that I'm making money or anything like that. But yeah, random point. So what else? Let's talk about like my personal life. I've been on a ketogenic diet for a while now, but I've been like struggling to stick to it. I fucking struggle with anything like nutritional, anything like fitness based. My entire life, I was told, because I have a thing called EDS, like it's Ehlers-Danlos. I have like really stretchy skin, look, and you can see it like here as well. But a lot of when I was like growing up, a lot of like doctors said that I shouldn't play sports. So I never really played any sports when I was younger, and now I'm like really like I kind of like it a lot, and I like how it makes me feel. But I'm still a bit like lazy when it comes to going to the gym and sticking to my nutrition. I love Five Guys. I love fucking eating out, and however much money I've made. The fucking $80,000-$90,000 I've made in the last like 11 months, I'd say fucking 90% of it's went to fucking Five Guys. So like, I just fucking eat out all the time. But that's something I'm working on. So I'm back on keto now. Gym's good. What else? I lost loads of weight. I was 85 kg at one point, and now I'm like 75, which is cool. But yeah, I don't really post too much. If you want to see me like talk more about like gym and stuff like that and my personal life, Instagram's the best place. I'm on Instagram stories like 100 times a week or some crazy number like that. But yeah. And then the more important thing, which I want to talk to you guys about, and I think a lot of you guys will relate to this, and I'm going to make an entirely separate video about my opinions on drugs and alcohol and partying as a young entrepreneur and as a young adult. But like, I've been going through some struggles with like weed addiction, and life to me almost seemed a bit boring without getting baked. Does that make sense? Like, and I know this isn't. Again, I probably shouldn't put too much pressure on it, but like I know that this isn't really what like the community wants to hear. And like every time I talk about smoking weed, or every time I talk about getting drunk, or anytime I talk about anything that's not entrepreneurially related, I actually lose subscribers and lose followers. But at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. So you guys can all fuck off. I want like a lot of you, I want like a few of you guys to really resonate with what I'm saying and help you and it be relatable in some way. I don't really care about like a shitload of people liking it, to be honest. But yeah, I think I was going through a bit of a problem. I was, I got back from Amsterdam, I was just getting baked all day, every day, a couple grams a day, like just getting monging on this fucking balcony and bouncing around on that fucking trampoline. But I'm just doing it at night now. I occasionally have a smoke at night, more just for sleep. But life just seems boring without it, And maybe this is a problem, and maybe it's something that, I'll need to fucking like completely cut off, at some point. And but for now, it's something that I think everyone, me and my friends talk about this a lot. Like everyone has a vice. You know, a lot of people drink wine at night. I'm not really that guy. You know, I like to occasionally fucking jump on a dubskin with my mates, you know, or just have a quiet one outside and use it to visualize what I want and imagine, you know, what I want. And another thing as well, you know, with my lifestyle is like I've been getting up since I started my business. I've literally been getting up at like 10, 11 p.m. And basically getting at my desk in terms of doing work at like 1 p.m. for the entire time. So I'm making, you know, $12K a month, $15,000 a month. In Canada, like $20,000 because I have loads of Canadian students and they like to remind me that I'm not 20K Canadian. But, you know, like getting up early has been like something that I fucking really struggle with. And I don't care about getting up early. I tried it for a little bit. I don't give a fuck about that. And I don't know if this sounds weird, guys, but it's almost like life is not enjoyable if I can't do it on my own terms. It's like I could get up at 5:30 every morning and I really could motivate myself. I even have like all of the equipment and stuff like that, you know, like Alarmy and stuff like that. Like you know, Iman Gadzi is a great person who gave me some advice about that. But it's like life's not enjoyable unless I get to do it on my own accord. And I'm not looking to become like a billionaire. I actually I'm really happy with where I'm at right now. And you know, if I make more money and so on, it's great. I just like giving more value, I guess, if that makes sense. You know, we're even thinking, me and Adrian, who is from, you guys might have seen him in one of Iman Gadzi's videos, we're actually going to hold an event in London. And, you know, we were discussing about pricing. I don't want to charge you guys anything. You know, I want it to be free. I want you to come meet me and we should go for a drink. We can, you know, we can fucking go for dinner, you know. I want this to be as relatable as possible. I want you to be able to fucking ring my doorbell and come and see me. You know, you guys all know where I fucking live. You know, this is the center of Leicester, you know, so yeah. But everything's going well financially. Fitness, I'm working on it. And in terms of like my overall happiness, I would say I'm like an 8 out of 10. And yeah, and one of the ways I'm getting around that is I'm hanging out with my friends and my family more, and I don't know, it makes me feel way better. It's like, who even gives a fuck about making more money if it's like you can't even hang out with your friends? Does that make sense? But yeah, a bit of a fucking candid video. You know, I know it's probably me just rambling, and I'm sure that some of you guys will find this interesting. But yeah, yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and let me know if you want me to do this again. I really like talking about it. It's almost like a little journal for me, and I can look back on it, and I'm sure you guys can appreciate it as well. And yeah, and look, if you're not on Instagram, then you're fucking like barely even seeing me. Like, if you follow my shit and you like what I'm doing, go follow me on Instagram. Not because like I don't give a fuck if you don't have an Instagram account. Just make one, just so you can follow me. Just because I post on there like all the time, whereas like YouTube, it's like every so often. But yeah, love you guys. Shoot me a message if you have watched this video, and also let me know what kind of videos you want in the comments, and just in general, send me some love. I'll respond back to you. I love you guys, and peace. One more. Peace.